Shalom, family. It's good to see everybody here. I don't know why that happened. All right. We're going to talk about something that came up. And again, to me, this is more evidence that they are watching us. Now, many of us that are doing YouTube videos, we have spoken about like different things, for reparations. You want cash payments, but you also want the additional things like we should not have to pay taxes. And, and we were talking about, qualified immunity, a crime bill, getting land. Some people want gold. We've spoken about all of those things. Now, all of a sudden, this Texas Congresswoman is talking about Black people not paying taxes, being exempt from paying taxes as reparations. And my thing is no, because all of the prior groups that receive reparations, did you offer them this instead of cash payments? And if you didn't, you should not be doing that with us. Okay. If you did not offer no taxes, and that was their reparations, and that's fine, right? But you give us the same reparations that you gave everyone else. And all of the people that got reparations before us got money. Okay. So money cannot be removed from the table at all. But let's hear what she got to say. Let's hear what she got to say, y'all. I think we should at least do that. Okay. So this is Jasmine Crockett. Just in case you don't know who this is, many of you probably seen her before. She has often been in the news for things that she said on the floor of Congress. So, because of certain things that she has said or the way she addressed things, she is, a lot of people see her politically as sort of like a rising star. To me, if you're really not fighting for your people when you get in those congressional seats, you're just like everyone else, as far as I'm concerned. Ace Thunder, 234. Thank you for the super chat. Reparations across the board. Jason Black. Thank you. Thank you very much. Democratic Congresswoman suggests Black people be exempt from paying taxes as a form of reparations. Well, see, the problem is you're saying a form of reparations as if you don't have to do anything else. Just offer us this one thing. So, a Democratic Congresswoman is calling for Black Americans to be exempt from paying taxes as a form of reparations, though she admitted that the plan may not work because many poorer Black people aren't really paying taxes in the first place. Jasmine Crockett, a freshman, so she's from Texas, and she said she heard this idea from a celebrity, and you know how many people are watching us and they know what we're saying? Though she could not remember which one, proposed making Black people tax exempt and thought, I don't know that that's necessarily a bad idea. She recounted in an interview with the Black Lawyers podcast last week. One of the things they propose is Black folks not have any anything as far as paying taxes for a certain amount of time. No, if we don't have to pay taxes, I believe that should be permanent. I'm just saying, y'all, I believe that should be permanent, being that we have paid into the system all this time and we have never gotten what we paid for. We did not get the education that our tax dollars are supposed to pay for. We did not get good policing that our tax dollars pay for. And being that you've been collecting our money and then being all lackadaisical on the things that we should have gotten all this time, I believe if you're going to say you are exempt from paying taxes, it should be permanent, not no X amount of years and then we got to go back to paying taxes again. No, no. And then she goes on to say that put money back in your pocket. This is what Crockett said. So, Jasmine Crockett, I don't know if she's actually going to present this because it really doesn't say much as far as she's going to present this in a bill. But at the same time, it may not be objectionable to some people as actually giving out dollars. So she said, us not paying taxes, people may accept that a lot more than giving us actual dollars. And no, no, you know, this should not be up to the public on whether or not we get reparations. And when other groups are getting money, I don't see no public debate or questions going out to the public over that. And it should not be happening in our case. And no, I don't want to be exempt for tax payments and we get no reparations money like all the other groups. No, to me, no. I mean, it's almost like they are desperate to get us to accept anything but tax, um but money that we should have been getting all along. And I believe since we have gone through so much in this country and continue to go through a lot of things that other groups don't have to go through, I believe the reparations should be ongoing. That's my opinion. It should not be no one payment and that's it. It should be ongoing. All of this oppression and the way we're treated in this society has been ongoing. So the cash payments should be ongoing. Crockett then argued that reparations in some form are necessary Yeah, but all y'all trying to do is think of any alternative to money. Okay, we can't give you money. What's the alternative? And it's almost like that's what they want us to accept. And I don't believe we should accept that at all. And what I would like for the politicians to stop doing is stop trying to make our demand for reparations open for public debate, when you know you don't do that for any other group. Whenever you're ready to give them money, you announce that you're giving them money. There is no debate about it. There's nothing spoken about it. You just fork over the money and that's it. So many Black folk, not only do you owe for the labor that was stolen and killed and all other things, but the fact that we end up being so far behind. Well, giving us cash payment would make up for a lot of that. You're not going to make up for that by exempting us from taxes and you don't give us anything else. Then how you will never fill the wealth gap that way. That's not even possible. It is at the point that she suggests one of the biggest problems with the proposal is that some Black people already aren't paying taxes. So if you do the no tax thing for people that are already saying struggling and not paying taxes in the first place, she says before Carter suggests they may want those checks like they got during the pandemic rather than a tax break. Exactly, Crockett responds. Earlier in the interview, she argued there needs to be a consistency between the federal and state governments on reparations, because if there is not, everybody's going to run to whichever state, be like, yo, I need mine. And so don't want to see that. This is definitely something that needs to be thought through, said Carter. She went on to slam people that aren't even willing to do studies, aren't willing to invest to make sure we can roll this out the right way. We don't need any more studies. I mean, look, there's been studies up the wazoo. Why do you need a study? You know, slavery happened in America, and y'all kept meticulous records on slavery. You got the Library of Congress. They got insurance policies on slaves. They got the Bill of Sale. They got mortgages that were taken out on slaves. They got wills where they passed the slaves from one generation to the next. All right, you don't need no study on slavery. You got everything. You got slave narratives from the former slaves in the Library of Congress. You got everything already at your full disposal. There is no need for all of these studies. Studies are not necessary, y'all. You got people that lived during those times that have authored books. You got documentation on the people that were lynched, towns that were burned down, court cases back then where our people were wrongfully found guilty by an all white jury and then taken outside and hung. You got all of that in writing. So I don't know why you need these deep, intense studies and you already got this information. It never made sense and it never will. You know, we know the study talk is nothing but a stall tactic. So this is all it was. It was her talking about it in an interview when she thought it was a great idea. No, without cash payments, it's really not a great idea. It's not. Us not paying taxes, is that going to help get you land? No, it's not going to help get you land. Is that going to help get you out of the situation that you're in now? No. It's not even going to help our homeless people out on the streets. If you don't pay taxes, is that going to get the homeless off the streets? No. That's not going to do anything. We're going to be in the same situation that we're in. Yeah, it's going to help to some degree, but it would help a lot more with cash payments. You know, I mean, y'all remember the postcards they gave out after the lynchings? They mailed postcards all over the country to their friends and relatives. Okay, they even got that in the Library of Congress. You can go out there anytime you want and pull up the slave narratives and just sit and listen to them. So, why do we need all these studies? Why? Yeah, I mean, it's got to be cash payments because not paying taxes is good, but it doesn't change your situation. That's all I'm saying. It's not going to change anybody's situation, especially people that are that are struggling, low income, people that are living paycheck to paycheck. It's not going to really help because, if you accepted something like this, no taxes, they're not going to come back to offer you another thing. They're going to just say, well, we're not giving you not, you don't have to pay taxes. So, reparations is paid. That's what they would do. They wouldn't do it to anyone else, but they certainly would do that to us. Okay. Ace Thunder, thank you for the super chat. Thank you again because you did it again. Plus, I don't hear any hate crime bill talk. No, no, other than you don't have to pay taxes. She really didn't talk about anything else. Okay, Malka Hadass, thank you for becoming a new member. And Carlette, thank you for becoming a new member. All right. I mean, I don't know. I think what they're doing is insulting our intelligence at this point. I really do. We've already seen these reparation commissions and these task force all around the country. And we can't point to one single state where they have successfully passed a reparations bill. And that right there should tell you it is nothing but a sham. That's all it is. If you can't say, well, at least this state passed something, or they at least got cash payments out to their people. We're not seeing that at all. The Prince of Paraphernalia, thank you for your 30-month membership. Thank you. Cash payments and no taxes whatsoever. Let's see. I'm sorry, that went by so fast. I was trying to read what you said. Cash payments and no taxes whatsoever for 444 years. Yeah, well, it definitely needs to be ongoing because everything we have gone through has been ongoing. Mhm. Yeah, and I've even heard these old lame ass people talk about, well, Obama is your reparations. A human being cannot be your reparations, y'all. I don't know who came up with that, but that's the dumbest thing ever. That's the stupidest thing I ever heard in my life. A person is reparations. If you don't go somewhere and sit down, so what's next? Your dog running around in the backyard, that's reparations. If y'all don't go somewhere and sit down. Mhm. Yeah, I mean, it's no good if it's not cash payments. They have talked about the wealth gap. You can't fix no wealth gap unless there is cash payments. That's the only way you can fix that. It can't be fixed any other way. Mhm. Rafael, thank you so much for the super chat. You said they are scared that once we are on the level financially, we will overtake everything. Yeah, we usually do. How you doing, Cap? Thank you for the super chat. Tell the truth, Sister Lisa. Thank you. Good to see you. You know what, Cap? I am subscribed to your channel, and I'm telling you, when you go live, I never get notification. I never get notification. And I have been subscribed to you for years. And I don't know what to say about that. Sometimes I see that you have gone live, but by the time I see it, it's already been over. But I never ever get the notification when you go live. And I got the notification on. And I had it on. I think I've been subscribed to you since what, 2017? Might even been longer than that. But no, they never give me the notification. I would come, but I never get the notification. Carlette, thank you so much for the super chat. These people are delusional. They did not do a study for the white Jews, the Native Americans, the illegals, and the Vietnamese and the Japanese. No, no, they only use that on us. They only use that on us. They don't use that on any other group. That's how we know. And like I said, it's been many states that had commissions, that had these task force, and their studies have gone on for like the last 2, 3 years, and we don't see not one state that have passed a reparations bill. That right there tells you the whole thing is complete garbage, and they know it. They know it. They figure if they tell us this, it may quiet us down a bit about the reparations thing. But I think it's not to really do anything other than to try to shut us up for a bit. And now that we see nothing, no tangibles going out anywhere in any of these states. And, I think they pretty much know it's a sham. That's why a week ago I did a live stream. The Congressional Black Caucus, they're trying to come up with a series of programs to call themselves trying to build wealth in the Black community. And it's nothing but a bunch of programs, y'all. That's all it is. We don't need or want any more programs. And you got to look how slick they are with these programs. Let's say they offer the program. Then what they'll do is they'll put so much red tape involved. Very few people will even be eligible for the program. That's what they usually do. They'll put a program out there and you go apply for the program and you're never eligible for it. They pull that sneaky stunt. So no, and then that gives them folks an opportunity to control the whole thing. That's why no, we need cash payments. We don't need no program where they can sit behind the scenes and pull all the strings. No, we don't need that. We don't need that. Oh yeah, Leroy, thank you for saying that. That's what I said the last time. When the illegals come, they don't seem to need any credit. They don't need no credit. They get all kinds of cash payments. They don't even have a real name for these people, but they still manage to get money to them. Now, they always ask the question, well, how are they going to know who will get the money? Well, you're not asking that when it comes down to these illegals. You're not asking how are they getting the money? You're just handing it out to them and that's it. And look, they're buying houses in Chicago. Now, how do you come here with no credit, but you are out here buying a house with no credit? Like I said, they can get loans, they can get bank accounts, they can get car loans, and these people don't have a lick of credit up in this place. Okay, it's almost like they cross the border and there's an avalanche of money right there for them. And nobody is asking how they're getting it. Nobody's asking a single question. The only time they seem to have questions is if it's us and we're talking about reparations. Then all of a sudden here comes all the questions. Well, how you going to do this? How you going to do that? How you go? What if we give you the money and then the system crash? Yeah, because y'all would probably crash it out on purpose. But you ain't going to crash it out as long as these illegals are getting money. I don't hear you talking about crashing no economy or crashing some dollar then. Oh no, ultimately, y'all, we gonna end up with everything no matter what. We're gonna end up with all of it. Mm-hmm. Right, Dale. We're the only ones that get pocket watch. You know, you're right. We're the only, if you notice, all of these other groups, they don't pocket watch the natives, and they have gotten multiple reparations, and it's that old dried up looking wench, Jane Elliott. Now, she do all that talk. She's against reparations. She said the only way she would go along with it if the natives get reparations. I don't know why you politicians and you folks came up with that. The natives have already gotten multiple reparations. They've gotten money multiple times. It don't make sense for you to say that we shouldn't get it unless the natives get it. The natives have already gotten it multiple times. That don't even make any sense. I heard Elizabeth Warren say that. Jane Elliott, I know she's not a politician, and a couple of folks. And it's stupid because they've already gotten reparations. That's stupid. Well, Biden is stupid too. They know they already gave those native groups all around this country reparations, and they know it. Yes, they got the casinos. Come on. That's dumb. Whoever came up with that, they're stupid. Mhm. So, I mean, it sounds good, but this falls way short. This no taxes thing falls way short from what we're looking for. It is definitely not good enough for everything we have gone through in this country. This just no taxes alone, that's nowhere near as being good enough to give us. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, they have given our reparations away to everybody. Everybody got it except for us. So everybody, I'm not going to keep you any longer. I just wanted to go over these latest developments on this tax exemption for our people, but once again, it falls way short of what we are asking for. And at the end of the day, if you are homeless on the streets, paying no taxes is going to be no use to a person like that, or a person that may have a couple of kids or family and you're making a low income. It's not going to be of any use. Give us something that's tangible and it's going to give us the upper hand, where we are better off than where we are now. Because if we're not going to be better off from something that you give us, then it's like having nothing at all at the end of the day. If she came to you today and said, you don't have to pay taxes, is that going to stop your incoming bills? You can't use that to say, you know what, I got to pay my household bills, or I got to pay my car note, or I got to pay my mortgage, or you know what I mean? Paying no taxes is not going to do a thing when you have all of that debt and obligations that you have to pay. It's fine in addition to cash payments, but this alone, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, Black, while Indian, they can afford to pay us reparations. If they can give millions of migrants coming across the border all kinds of monthly payments, which they're getting, there is no excuse for them to give us nothing. There's no excuse. They think they got the perfect excuse, but really they have no excuse at all. None. Mm-mm. So everybody, yeah, you're right. State tax, sales tax, property tax, but what is that going to do for a person that's renting that really is not paying any kind of property tax? It's not going to be any change for them. So, she can keep this no tax stuff. That's all I'm saying. Oh, come on. She can keep it. So please enjoy the rest of your evening. I have some videos that will be coming out tomorrow, and I really hope that you will get a chance to come on over and watch those videos and comment. And y'all, if nothing else, we got them talking. I remember when they wouldn't even talk about reparations. Now we're seeing it all the time. So if you think it's not making a difference, it really truly is. It is. Deneen Grant, thank you. You said they give Israel 5 bill a year. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. You are right about that. Hmm. Yeah, they give them all kinds of money. And not to mention, you're talking about 5 billion a year. Now you can also factor the war that the US is financing on top of that 5 billion, because they are financing, the US is financing that Israel Hamas war. So now you can factor in those billions on top of the five. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So everybody, just make sure you put on the notification. That way you don't miss whenever I go live and whenever I post videos. Shalom, family.